Man, what I just followed his history. He came to America, landed in Baltimore areas, working over there flipping burgers at Applebee's. Found he can make more money talking, and then set the world on fire. Haven't looked back since. He hasn't had a job. I think it is over 11 years now, 10 or 11 years. But anyway, I'm gonna let him tell a story. For y'all that don't know him, y'all put your seatbelt on because you look for a treat. Without further ado, let's get my dear friend on the phone call on the call. One and only Mr. Shakeel Cooper.
Thank you. It's always exciting to be on a call. I like the matching hat with the shirt, Mr. Thomas, with the chain. It just makes you feel like, you know, it's different, like you said. You feel younger every single day because you went out there and you built a successful business. So, I've always noticed that, some people as they, get a little bit older, they look a little bit younger. You happen to be one of those people. So I'm excited to be on the call. So for the people who don't know who I am, like Mr. Thomas said, I've been doing this business for almost 11 years. So October this year will make it 11 years. No business background, just had a hustle, but working at Applebee's, going to college. To me, HCN just made sense because you got a chance to start a business, low fee. I mean, the training, the support. I mean, everything was literally given to you. The only thing that you had to do was bring your work ethic. So when they told me that, I was like, if that's all I got to do, I was coachable. So if you're taking notes, coachable from day one, whatever my mentor told me to do, I just did it because I know that he's not going to tell me to do something that's not going to help us make money if the ultimate goal is everything that we do in the business, someone's making money because we're a for-profit business. We're not building a nonprofit. So when I understood that concept, to me, it just made a lot of sense to just go out there and talk to as many people as possible because he said that it was a numbers game. So by it being a numbers game, I know that, listen, as long as I just go through the numbers, I'll win. And I kind of look at it like McDonald's. Like, there's a lot of people say we don't eat McDonald's, whatever, right? But if you drive past McDonald's, only set up their businesses on a busy street by a light where it's like their ultimate goal is they might not have the best burger, but as long as they're going through a lot of numbers, meaning a lot of people is riding past them, they're going to do a lot of sales. So when you understood how big companies think, because just saying that, you probably never thought about it. You're like, yeah, people don't like McDonald's, but how did they sell over a billion burgers, in the past couple of years? So for me, it just made a lot of sense to have the same type of mindset because it's all a numbers game. Everything that we do in a business is a numbers game. You get most people to the events, it's numbers. So since day one, our ultimate goal was that we make up in numbers by attending events. The events are important. Like Mr. Thomas said, if you're not going to the events, why would your team go to the events? And we build our business from events to events, even from Saturday trainings to regional events to international events. It's all about training because the more you get trained and the more you show up, the more your people are going to show up. Because the ultimate goal in this business is to do what? Build leverage income. It's not just for you to try to build it by yourself to the top. So in order to do that, you got to be able to build a successful team. It's very important to build a successful team. So what we're going to do today is just give you 7 strategies to build your successful business in 2024 on top of everything that we already talked about. If you just implement this and you just do the work and you just stay consistent, like I tell you guys all the time, it's all about consistency. It's easy to do, but at the same time, it's easy not to do. So number one, embrace the digital transformation, meaning that you need to leverage technology to streamline your business. So like Mr. Thomas talked about earlier, PBZs. Listen, you should be doing PBZs all day, every day. Why? Because all you gotta do is have a conversation for 15 minutes. And you literally can just go through the numbers. If you just talk to 5 people a day, and did 5 different meetings, and only one person showed up each time, you're still going through more numbers than the average person that's not doing it. So you want to embrace using Zoom because at the end of the day, it's very simple. Literally, you're just sharing the opportunity with as many people as possible. Some will do it, some won't do it. So what next? Just run through the numbers. Your goal is to not figure out who want to do it because the right person is going to do it. You don't have to convince anyone to do it. When I seen the business, I just did it. No one had to convince me to do the business. And those are going to be some of the best people that you do have get involved in your business is the people that see it and they get it, and you don't have to convince them because a person against their what is it? A person that's convinced against their will is still a person of conviction still. Like, you still got to convince them to do the business. You don't want those type of people. You want people that see it, they get it, and they're going to go out there and make it happen with or without you. Again, number 2, prioritize the customer experience. We're a customer service business, meaning that it's great to build a large team, but if no one's getting customers, no one's making real money, right? So if you want to build residual income, you want to get your team paid, you have to understand that what are you guys doing different to give that customer experience? Because the company have the service. Now it's up to you to create that experience where they have a great experience, and then they go out there and they tell everyone, like, man, you should definitely go with those individuals because they helped me throughout the whole process. Just think about it. When you have a great review, what do? You tell everyone about it. So always understand that the customer is as important as the individual that you plan on recruiting in your business, right? Number 3, adapt to remote work, meaning that you got to understand that you want to start doing meetings in different locations. You might want to do a meeting on the beach. You might want to go to a coffee shop. You want to show people that, hey, I can build this business anywhere. I don't have to have an office to build a business. As long as I have a laptop or iPad or a phone, I can build my business anywhere and everywhere. So for me, that's one of the best things, that when someone see a business, they want to be like, man, I want to be able to travel and still do the business. Because most people have been spoiled since 2020 that, they rather just work from home and make money and still be able to do a little bit of things that they couldn't do before then, right? So again, adapting to remote work is very important, right? Number 4, you want to foster innovation and creativity, meaning that you want to find ways to be creative to keep your people engaged. Different events. It can be, you know, you guys go see a movie together one weekend, or you guys go do a training. It don't always have to be work. Yes, you want to have work, but at the same time, you want to have a balance where people listen. What built my business was we was having fun, but we was making money. So those are the 2 important things, because people stayed around because the fun, but people stayed around also because we was having fun and we was making money. So if you can figure out a way to do both of those same things, I'm telling you, they're not going nowhere. They're going to literally stay right there with you throughout the journey, right? Number 5, invest in your business. You got to invest back into your business. You got to invest into your team, meaning that whatever you need to do to keep the momentum going is what you got to do. So there's not no one size fit all type of, you know, amount when it comes to investing in your team. Do what you need to do. So whatever you need to do to keep the fire going, listen, do it, because at the end of the day, any business and every business is going to come a time where you got to do what you got to do. So as long as you're willing to do that and you do it over time, before you know it, I'm telling you, the system, it's like a well-oiled machine. Number 6, focus on diversity. Focus on diversity, meaning that what? You want to focus on everybody. Everybody. I want everybody on my team. I want a culture where everybody want to have fun. Everyone feel like they're part of a big cause, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is what? Financial freedom. So if you can find a way to just get everybody on board, because no matter who you are or what you are, you want financial freedom. So for me, that's always been the focus since day one. And that's what my business has been. Is everybody a part of my organization? And guess what? We're just trying to become wealthy one day. The ultimate goal is financial freedom. So if you can figure out a way how you can include everyone and make everyone feel at home, I'm telling you, the business it's just going to flourish, because people just want to be around like-minded people. And if you can build a group of individuals that's all chasing after the same things and chasing after the same goals, and they want the same things, what's going to happen is you're going to find other people in your organization start building long-term bonds and relationships. And it can be those relationships that keep that person around that becomes the next RVP or the next, regional director or RC. You never know. But people are all about building relationships. So just make people be a part of something that's big, and they feel like they can be included. They want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves, right? And number 7, you want to stay agile and resilient, meaning that no matter what happens, there's always going to be different seasons in the business. It's going to be valleys, it's going to be peaks. But as long as you, as a leader, stay resilient, and you just got to keep going, just work through it. If momentum is not going the way it's going right now, guess what? Set more meetings. Just play the numbers game. So anytime you feel like you're not where you need to be, you just need to do more numbers. And before you know it, it's going to duplicate. The business is really simple. If you're just going through numbers, and I tell people this, if you go through people that need the business, if you just focus on the need the business people instead of focus on people that they want to do it. Because, for example, right, successful people, the what it takes to build a real successful business, it's a lot of work. So if you're a successful person and someone coming to you talk about you can have leverage income, residual, and you can make thousands of dollars every single month off of things that you're already doing, off of your network alone, why wouldn't you want to do it? But those are the people that people are scared to talk to. Successful people love HCM because guess what? It's a successful business model that brings in what? Cash flow. The company pays out every single week. What company, what business, that you can start and you can start generating a weekly cash flow, no matter what it is. You got a weekly cash flow that you can build up, and then a residual in the back end. As a business person, you got 5 streams of income in one opportunity on top of whatever else you got going on. And you don't got to stop doing it. A lot of people feel as though I got to go full time to be successful in ACN. No, you don't. It's actually, your story sounds better when you're doing the business and you're making money part time. If you can make an extra $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month part time, and I worked a job, I would want to know how you did it. So, like Jim Rohn said, it's the story. So if you can figure out a way now how to make a check with a comma every single month, your conversation with people is going to be a little different because now it's like, hey, I'm still doing what I'm doing, but I found a way to make some extra money. I'm making an extra $1,000 a month part time doing this business from home. I think it's something that you should check out. And when you just talk to people simple like that and don't make it weird, they're going to just check it out and let them make a decision if they're going to do it or they're not going to do it. It's really not hard. See, my job is not to figure out, what decision they're going to make. My job is to show them the opportunity, let them make a decision. If they don't want to do it, cool. Can you become a customer? Who else that might be open to making some extra money? Because I'm gonna keep doing it and I'm gonna get to the top. So when you're that confident, people down the line they're gonna come back around and sign back up and be like, I wish I would have did it when you did it. So eventually they all come around. But if you don't keep going, then that's what happens. So today my business is still growing. I mean, 11 years later, new people are signing up, new customers are growing. And if you build it, it's going to keep growing. The business works for those that work it. But you got to first work it. So don't compare your story to someone that put in the work for thousands of days. It sounds easy, but, if you really know what it takes to get to the top of the business, it's not easy, but it's worth it. But nothing in life is easy. That's worth it. So again, go out there, build it, and do what it takes. And attend the events. Bring your people. Just share the business. Just open your mouth and just talk to people. Don't make it where as though you're scared to talk to people about. Everyone's trying to make some extra money. If you live in America right now, and listen, everybody needs some extra money. So just open your mouth and have conversation with people and just be yourself and let the system work the business for you. So again, I pass the call back to you, Mr. Thomas. I thank you guys for having me on the call, and I look forward to being back.